And here we go. We are live. Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. My name is Chris, and this is We Love Comics. And got another unboxing for you of a comic I saw online that I think could possibly be a one-of-a-kind piece. Um, I don't think there's many out there if it's not one of a kind. If you know anybody that has one, especially the way this one is, obviously, you'll have to see it for you to determine that. Put it in the comments section. But speaking of comments section, let's see if you can figure out what comic it is just based on this thumbnail. So there's a bunch of different clues that should tell you what this book is. So I've been doing that lately. I'm not going to do it every single time, but make it kind of a puzzle. So you'll have to look at the images in here. Some things have to do with the comic, some do not. Some could be to throw you off a little bit, and some may be right on the money. So whether you're watching this live, you're watching it later, pause it on this thumbnail and see if you can figure out without obviously having AI tell you what the book is or, fast forwarding to later to see it. Let's see if you can figure out what Bronze Age key this book is. And it is very specific. And I'll tell you at the end. Obviously, once you see it, it'll probably make more sense. Shout out to my paid Patreon members and YouTube memberships, which I just started less than a month ago. You can join my different levels of YouTube memberships to support the channel. You'll get things like anywhere up to free comics and free graded comics every month that you're a paid member, depending on the tier. So hopefully you'll check that out. But whether you join my Patreon at patreon.com/we love comics and become a paid member, or you're a YouTube member, you'll get your name up on this board. Shout out to everybody on this board who has been contributing to help my channel. And like I say all the time, probably 95% or more of the funds that come from your contributions go towards helping all the stray animals that I take care of twice a day, every day, whether it's medical bills, medicines, food, water, shelter, getting them fixed, things like that. If you think that's a good cause, by all means, please, any amount is helpful. One of the benefits of being either a YouTube membership member or my Patreon paid members is anytime I do an auction, you have early advance notice before anybody else gets to even know what's going to be coming in an auction, by just sending me an email at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. So it doesn't matter what level you're at, either on the YouTube membership or the Patreon paid membership. Um, Even if you contribute the minimum, which I think is a $2 level, you'll still qualify for that list anytime. And speaking of which, I just did an auction on Sunday. For the first time ever, all of the comics are still available. I've had people ask about them, and then when I respond, they just disappear and don't reply back. It is what it is. So if you missed the live auction I did on Sunday, hopefully you'll check it out because any of those comics are still available for sale up until this coming Sunday, I believe the 26th, but correct me if I'm wrong, but that's whatever Sunday is at 11:59 p.m. So you can contact me right here. If you look in the center, right here, peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com, and any of them are at the starting bids. And there are, of course, payment plans if needed and discounts for cash, check, or money order. So you can contact me with that. All right, so let's put on the video camera. And again, I'll show this really quick. You could pause it. Let's see if anybody can figure out what comic this is based on hints in this particular thumbnail. We got Silver Age Surfer Comics _comics, which is on Instagram. He's one of my moderators and one of my paid Patreon members. Go check him out on Instagram. Says hi, first appearance of Calendar Man. No, wait, that's Silver Age. Yep, there you go. You're thinking on your toes. This is a Bronze Age book. What you're thinking, but when you see the book, you'll understand it more because there's little hints in a couple of different spots that will complete the entire reason why I put them and how they will help you to understand the book a little better. Now, this book, not only will I show it, I'm going to have to, what did they do? It's like they might have taped it. Yeah, okay. Big thing is, I mean, most of you know it, but especially if you're new to comic collecting and comic selling, if you're going to tape a book to the actual Gemini mailer, at least use painter's tape so it's less likely to get stuck or bend or get damaged because sometimes, especially if people use uh, regular packing tape, it can actually get stuck. So they put an extra board in here. I actually asked them about that, if they could put some cardboard. So they were nice enough to do that because that does give support. I did ask for a box. They mailed it in a Gemini mailer, but that's all right. They still gave it some protection. Let me show the book and then I'll get into further detail. So the book, I've collected this one. This is one I highly recommend because you can get this book very cheap. Silver Surfer says, and I see the thumbnail again. So let me show that really quick. You can pause it if you want to so you can see. So there's a couple of different things that will dictate what this comic is. So you could pause that. But let's show the book. If you pause it, you won't get ruined by me showing the book. But the book is The Eternals, 30-cent variant, First Celestials. Now, what I put in the thumbnail was actually very hard to figure out. Now, this has some stains in it. I knew it was a lower grade book, probably mid grade. Pressing is absolutely going to help. But here's the thing why it may be a one of a kind, because this is the 30-cent variant, but it has a double cover, which also has the 30-cent variant on it. So this is Eternals #2, the first appearance of the Celestials in the 30-cent variant with a double cover. Now, this one needs a lot of work because, like I said, it's got some water stains and wrinkles, but a lot of those wrinkles can be pressed out. You can't obviously get rid of the stains, but this would probably be around the 5.0 when all is said and done. There you go. So I kind of did a misdirection. Now you can see I made most people going to focus on this part. But if you look like right here, February 2nd, 2/2, symbolizing the double. And if you look right on the perfume bottle, it says now in 30 different scents, SCENTS. But if you listen to it phonetically, you know it has something to do with a book that's the second, but also February, which is the second of the month. So two twos, double, and then the 30 cents for the variant. So hopefully somebody figured that out. But if anything, I don't know of any. I know there's plenty of 30-cent variants. I've never seen this book, which again is the first appearance of the Celestials. I've never seen it with a double cover. So I don't know if anybody else even owns one of these or one of these exists. But I also love the fact that the second cover also is the 30-cent variant. So this to me is a possible one of a kind. That's why I put it in quotes, because you never know. There might be another one around, there might be two, but how many of these do you think there could be? Because the 30-cent just by itself is pretty rare, but Silver Surfer says, you clever bastard. Can't make them all too easy. But here's the price I paid for this. Again, mid-grade. They sold it as low grade, which I understand because, like I said, it's got the wrinkles and the stains, but the wrinkles can be pressed out. So I think this would probably be about a 5.0 in that 5.0 range. But I paid with shipping and handling and taxes. This was a newly listed book. Buy it now without a best offer. And I thought it was definitely worth it for the price, including shipping and handling and eBay taxes. I paid $115.01 for this book. So I think the fact that this is a 30-cent variant, try and get the reflection. The fact that it's the first appearance of the Celestials, and the fact, they even stated it, that it is a double cover. I think for $115 for what could potentially be a one of a kind comic, to me is a no brainer. So, I mean, especially if you're somebody who likes the Eternals or likes the Celestials, the fact that it's a 30-cent variant and a double cover makes it a very rare comic, if not a one of a kind. So that is the book. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, I just did my auction on Sunday. All of the books are still available for sale. I sold one of them, not on the auction, but one before the auction happened. So I only sold one book. So you have until Sunday to be able to purchase any of the books still available on the auction. And like I said, a couple people inquire about it, but then when I responded, they would not even respond with no thanks or I changed my mind. They just not respond. So, for somebody that's looking for key books like Daredevil #1 or the first appearance of Supergirl, they're available for you. And I make sure that I check to see all the eBay sales. I find the lowest one in the particular grade I'm selling, and I sell it for even cheaper than the lowest one was on eBay. And always remember, eBay, when they show the prices of what was sold, they do not add the eBay taxes or the shipping costs. So even if you saw something for $1,000 that was sold, it didn't sell for 1,000. It sold for 1,000 plus add the shipping cost plus add the eBay taxes. And of course, I don't own taxes. I own taxes. I don't charge taxes. So you have until Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time to contact me. Peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. I want to thank all of my Patreon members for their support and my YouTube member, which is Stan Start, I believe, is my only YouTube member, and I appreciate that. He's also a Patreon member as well, so double whammy. So it's very much appreciated. But I appreciate each and every one of you. And Silver Age Surfer _comics, check him out on Instagram. Since you are the only one in the live chat, this is your own surprise subscriber shout out, which is probably not too much of a surprise. But thank you as always, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Whether you thumb it up or thumb it down, let me know if you got this based on the thumbnail and let me know what you thought about it. Because, like I said, I did Harley Quinn pointing at the elemental chart, so kind of throws people off with that. But sometimes you need a little misdirection. So thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe or unsubscribe. Check out some of my other content. And don't forget, it is not you. It is not I. It is We Love Comics. Enjoy the rest of your day, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the comment section what you thought of this comic. Have you ever seen another Eternals #2 30-cent variant with a double cover? And if you have, let me know. Thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. And don't forget to have your trolls spayed or neutered. See you later, Silver. Peace.